For a long time, the United States has been a dominant force in the skies thanks to its battle-proven fighters like the F-15, the F-16, F-18, and the unrivaled F-22, which was the only fifth-generation fighter in service for quite some time. Other nations did not have a strong enough response to the US fifth-generation fighter jets, leaving the American aircraft uncontested. However, recent developments in the troublesome creation of the F-35 fighter have led the US to seek a higher level of superiority in the skies. This means moving beyond the competition and introducing an entirely new generation of fighter aircraft, which represents the future of air dominance. Before we jump headfirst into the world of 6th generation fighter jets, let's take a moment to look back at how the United States categorized the first 4 generations of fighters. The first generation was characterized by the introduction of jet propulsion, a groundbreaking technology that fundamentally shaped what we now know as the fighter jet. The second generation brought innovations like swept wings, range-finding radar, infrared-guided missiles. Moving on, the third generation, it was all about achieving supersonic flight. It was about pulse radar and the capability to engage opponents beyond visual range with missiles. The fourth generation was renowned for introducing multi-role fighter jets with advanced features like fly-by-wire controls, focusing on beyond visual range air-to-air combat and increasing agility. In the post-Cold War era, we witnessed the emergence of what some would call the 4+ or 4++ generation, marked by reduced radar signatures, true multi-role capabilities, and advanced avionics and weapons systems. These features are seen in aircraft like the Rafale, the Eurofighter, and the Russian Su-35. Speaking of the Russians, they're also actively developing a new iteration of the MiG fighter known as the MiG-41. The United States made history in 2005 when it introduced Lockheed Martin's F-22 Raptor, becoming the first country to field a 5th-generation fighter jet. What truly set these 5th-generation fighters apart from the 4th-generation predecessors was their emphasis on stealth. The F-22 Raptor was designed from day one with stealth capabilities as the top priority. Unlike previous aircraft that had to find ways to reduce their radar signature after they were already built, these new fighters integrated stealth features during their initial conception design phase. The result was a multi-role fighter capable of executing hit-and-run missions deep behind enemy lines with minimal to no losses, achieving its mission objectives by striking vital enemy targets in the air or on the ground. These 5th-generation fighters also featured advanced technology such as active electronic scanning array radars and powerful engines that could maintain supersonic speeds without the need for afterburners. However, there is a drawback to 5th-generation aircraft. While they have the capability to carry weapons and fuel externally when needed, doing so instantly compromises their stealth, essentially making them sleeker versions of the 4th-generation jets without their full stealth capabilities. This limitation posed a significant challenge. As mentioned earlier, the development of a 6th generation of fighter jets was inevitable. The future of aerial combat was expected to shift away from one-on-one dogfights or pure aerial supremacy. Instead, these new jets were envisioned as part of an integrated system working alongside both manned and unmanned vehicles, ground troops, satellites, and AWAC planes, depending on the specific nature of the mission. The concept behind integrating manned and unmanned aircraft was to have a single pilot operate multiple aircraft simultaneously. Unmanned aerial vehicles, or UAVs, would not be controlled from the ground. The artificial intelligence, or AI, would handle basic tasks as directed by the pilot. This setup would allow the pilot to focus on the most critical objectives, while the drones provided reconnaissance support or diverted enemy attention. Since 2008, the US Navy and Air Force have been collaborating to create the 6th generation aircraft, with DARPA taking the lead in development, and in 2013 they merged these initiatives, emphasizing AI systems and a shared airframe. The Air Force is actively working on a 6th generation fighter jet acquisition under its Penetrative Counter-Air or PCA program, with the goal of replacing current platforms like the Boeing F-15 and the Lockheed Martin F-22 Raptor by the year 2030. Although the time frame may seem somewhat optimistic, the plan is for the NGAD aircraft to join just 3 other fighter jets within the US Air Force and the US Navy Air Fleet. These jets include the Lockheed Martin F-35, the Boeing F-18 Super Hornet, and the Boeing F-15E, along with its developmental variant, the F-15EX. Now, this transition will mark the end of the F-22 Raptor, which, despite being one of the Air Force's most capable fighters, has faced issues due to its cost and other challenges. By the end of 2021, Boeing, Lockheed Martin, and Northrop had all unveiled their own projects for developing 6th-generation aircraft, intensifying the race to bring these advanced planes into the skies. In a surprising move, military analysts were caught off guard when Dr. Will Roper, the acquisition executive for the US Air Force, revealed in September 2020 that the US Air Force had already conducted a full-scale flight demonstrator as part of its program. This was unexpected, considering the Congress had only approved funding for the project in 2018. The program was progressing at an unusually rapid pace for a fighter jet concept. A notable aspect of the program is its unique project management approach. Unlike previous fighter jet projects, many of which experienced significant budget and overruns and delays, this time a clear division was established between design, production, and sustainment. This means that the company responsible for designing the aircraft will not automatically secure the production contract. The approach here is quite distinct. The company responsible for producing the aircraft won't handle maintenance once these planes are in active service. Instead, the focus is on advanced manufacturing centers that have the capability to create anything designed in a digital format. This setup replaces the need for a dedicated costly aircraft factory. This method is also meant to reduce the risk of a single company causing problems for the entire project. So, back in September 2020, when Dr. Will Roper unveiled the project, he was somewhat secretive about it. He didn't reveal how many prototype aircraft had been flown, which defense contractors were involved, the date of the first flight, or any of the details about the aircraft's designs. He didn't even confirm whether the aircraft would be manned or unmanned, or if it had hypersonic speed capabilities or advanced stealth features. According to Roper, these specifics weren't really the point at that time. The bottom line is that we still have limited concrete information about this project. What we do know is that several other countries also have programs for developing 6th-generation aircraft, like Japan's Mitsubishi FX, the UK's BAE Tempest, and the jointly developed European Future Combat Air System. Some other aircraft in development might fall into a kind of plus generation bracket between the 5th and the 6th. This means the United States could face seriously strong competition from both allies and adversaries when it comes to 6th-generation fighter jet designs. It's an exciting time, and we might witness the most advanced generation of fighter jets ever created. Thank you for watching. Please let's hear your comments in the comments section below, and please don't forget to like and subscribe and ring the bell for notifications to stay updated for the next adventure. It's been a pleasure. Over and out.